Hi there. Welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Josh Mansfield, the teacher with the demon, and with me is Nathan Fox, one of the founders of LSATdemon.com and the weekly podcast Thinking LSAT. Nate, today our email comes from Alexandra with the subject of pushing 30 and stressing about law school timing.
Hi, Ben, Nathan, and Josh. Thank you guys for being an amazing resource. I really appreciate all you do for those prepping for the LSAT. I'm 27 and I've been working in a non-legal field, that is editorial and advertising, for around 6 years. I've been studying for the LSAT since January, but ended up not having much time to devote due to work and family matters. Here's the dilemma. My LSAT's not where I want it to be, and I know I have the ability to improve my score. My PTs are in the 150s right now. I know what you're going to say, but I think I just need to hear it from you guys. Is it illogical to force apply this cycle if I can't apply early / am not where I want to be with my LSAT? My fear is that as a non-traditional or older student, delaying law school will somehow hurt my career and cause me to feel as though I failed my goal of going to law school in 2026. Thanks for your help and advice. Best, Alexandra. Well, she knows what we're going to say. She thinks she wants to hear it anyway, so I'll try to say it fairly directly. Alexandra, you already failed your goal of going to law school in 2026 because you didn't get your LSAT where you know it needs to be. We don't need to be sticklers about applying on September 1st, but it sounds like you haven't even taken the official LSAT yet. Your PTs are in the 150s, which is not the kind of score that you know you need to go to the right school at the right price. You need to apply next year, next fall. Apply in fall of 2026. You'll start getting offers still in fall of 2026, by the way. Not every school, but many schools will be sending out offers in the fall of 26. So you'll hear back a year from now. You'll apply a year from now. You'll start hearing back 13, 14 months from now. But the worst thing you could do is to try to force it in now. What are you going to do? Take the LSAT right now when you're not ready? You know you're not ready. So you can't register for the LSAT. What are you going to do? All of a sudden find the time for prepping, but then force it into just a couple months so that you can take the October LSAT or whatever, November LSAT, so that you can then apply in November or December. Now you're applying later in the cycle. Some people will already have gotten offers of admission. Some people will already have gotten scholarship offers. Also, you're putting just a shit ton of pressure on one or two official tests instead of doing it the way we always recommend. And our recommendations, they apply to everybody. By the way, you're only 27. You're not even old at all. People go to law school in their 30s and even 40s and sometimes later. But what difference does it possibly make whether you start law school when you're 28 or when you're 29?
Nate, I am 28. I started law school this week.
Yep.
During orientation, they put a graphic up of, the different ages of people in the law school. I would say I am somewhere around the 75th percentile. There are 25
at 28.
At 28. A quarter of my class is older than I am.
Yeah.
The oldest in my class is 48.
Yeah. But you're also 75th percentile LSAT.
Right.
And that's what really matters.
Yes.
You're 75th percentile age, who gives a shit?
Right.
But you look around and you go, yeah, I'm 75th percentile LSAT, which means I'm on a 75th percentile scholarship, which means I'm more mature. I'm better equipped. I've got a better documented track record because of my LSAT score. That's why I'm not paying nearly as much money as everybody else here. And I'm going to kick your guys' ass in the grade competition, by the way. And what your age has nothing to do with it.
It does not.
The LSAT score, though, is highly predictive of where you're going to get in, how much you're going to pay, and how successful you're going to be once you're there. So yeah, Alexandra, I can't say it firmly enough. It would be illogical to try to force your applications in this cycle. You didn't get it done with your LSAT prep, and that's fine. You just got to get it done between now and next September.
Or the September after.
Right.
It sounds like she's in a great career in editorial and advertising.
Yeah.
Whenever you get, Alexandra, I spent 3 years off and on studying the LSAT because I had a job that I enjoyed and was kind of making the decisions about careers. You can take as long as you need to get the score that you want so you can go to law school for free. I got to be honest, sitting in that orientation meeting where they're talking about student loans and watching them put this year's interest rates up at just shy of 10%. 10%.
Yeah,
And my school's like relatively cheap, but to sit there and just like my wife got to come to this part of the orientation, and she just leans over to me and she goes, "Man, I'm so glad you're here for free."
Yeah. Oh, it's absurd. It's horrifying.
It's horrifying. It's an amazing feeling. I promise you, Alexandra, it's worth it. Do not apply this cycle. And if you're not ready, don't apply next cycle.
Because she forces it with a high 150 something or even a low 160 something. She ends up going to the wrong school. She ends up paying way too much money to go there. It's just doesn't bode well.
No.
I want to give her a little bit one more of real talk.
Okay.
I ended up not having much time to devote to my LSAT prep due to work and family matters. Okay, but everybody's got a job and everybody's got a family, and some people are still going to undergrad, by the way, at the same time. And I'm just saying, you're going to have to make this a priority. I don't think it requires a heroic effort. I wrote a blog post called 1 Hour LSAT. You can easily Google it, 1 Hour LSAT. And what we really need is one high quality hour a day, most days. And you should be making progress. But I'll tell you, if you can't find that one high quality hour a day, most days, you're going to continue to just stagnate in the 150s and you're going nowhere. So I don't give a shit at all about one additional year. And I'm not going to worry about the sunk cost of the previous years that you've already, not gotten it done. But the worst thing you could do is to force that application this year. The right way to do it is to just decide that this is the year that you're actually going to get over the LSAT hump. Because if you don't get over the LSAT hump, I don't want you to go to law school at all.
The word that comes to mind when you describe this, Nate, it's don't apply to law school as an unserious candidate. Right?
Yeah.
If you're telling me that you can't take the time, the year, the 2 years, however long it takes to get the LSAT score that you want, it screams that you are not serious about law school.
But I'm older. But I don't want to, I can't give up on my, like people, they come back to like, but I want to apply right now. Okay. Well then, yeah, I agree with Josh that you're just not that serious of an applicant if that's what you're going to let guide your decision. You've listened to the show before. You find our straight talk helpful, Alexandra. Well, then you knew what we were going to say, and we're telling you again, get your LSAT shit together, then apply. I don't give a shit how old you are. I don't care how long you've been thinking about it. I don't care how much you want to be a lawyer. I don't care how much you want to apply this cycle. All of your fears about being an older applicant, non-traditional, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
I do care about you going to the right school at the right price, and that requires an LSAT score that puts you in the game.
And that's not in the 150s.
No, that's not in the 150s, and it's not really even in the 160s. I hate to break it to you, but like maybe high 160s. But I'm just cringing. People applying to law school with a 161 or whatever. It's like, yeah, okay, maybe if you can get a full ride to some regional school, then maybe.
And you've been working at a firm, and they told you got your job. You just need to go get your JD first.
Sure. Oh, then in that case, then even the 150s was fine.
Who cares? Go get the JD. Yeah.
I mean, because then don't even go to an ABA accredited school potentially. If you've got a job lined up before you even go to school, like, have real talk with your employer. Like, do you guys even give a shit where I go to law school? And if they're like, nope, sure don't, then yeah, just get your degree as cheaply as possible.
Yep.
So that you can sit for the bar. You're fine. God bless. But I don't hear any of that story here from Alexandra.
No, I don't hear that from Alexandra.
I don't think she's staying at her current employer. I think she's going to go out there and fight with, the Josh Mansfields of the world to try to get a lawyer job. And you just don't want to be fucking around with less than like a 168.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to go to the right school at the right price. And so you have to start doing that 1 hour a day of LSAT. And if you don't, that's fine. You know, you're just not a lawyer. That's fine. But if you do find that 1 hour a day, you're going to realize that it's actually not that hard to get your PTs up into a more reasonable range. And then you could start thinking about applying. All right. I'll leave it there.
Thanks for emailing, Alexandra. Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.